Hello everybody! How's it going tonight? This is Real Food Live, and as you can see, I am not your usual presenter. This is El Santo Verde. I'm one of the mods in chat. I work alongside Claire. But I'll be the one making the food tonight. And tonight, we are going to be making Aloo Tikki and Tandoori Gobi. Now, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, that's about all I can say. I'm trying my best here. So let's start this off with the normal way. All right, awesome. So, how is everyone doing tonight? Anything new? Anything big? You're gonna have to help me pronounce your name, maybe spell it phonetically, but Ibtihal? I mean, good that you're chilling. Anything exciting going on for you? All right. I'm gonna tell you. Call me Prayer? Okay, I can do that. You got it, Prayer. All right. Nice. It's been a busy week for me. Get a lot of things going. I've started a new job and I've taken over a little bit for Real Food Live here, so it's been super busy. But I hope everything's it's been going all right. So I hope everything's going for all of y'all as well. All right. So I guess we'll just start getting into it. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the Aloo Tikki. And what you need for the Aloo Tikki is, and I'm gonna say this in both grams and pounds because the recipe has it in grams, but I'll try and convert where as possible off of what I can know. So 400 grams of potatoes, and that's about roughly a pound of potatoes. And I'm not looking at the camera. I am looking at the screen, which is not the camera. So my apologies. 2 tablespoons of fresh coriander. Here's our potatoes. And just so you're not super confused, I'm making 3 times the recipe. I'll only tell you the ingredients that you need to make a single set of the recipe for yourself. So yeah, don't get confused by how much I have versus what I tell you. So I guess I'll just start over. So we're gonna have 400 grams or 1 pound of potatoes. We're gonna have 2 tablespoons of freshly cut coriander, or this is cilantro or cilantro. Either one will work. I don't know why I keep calling it coriander. We're gonna want a tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. Oh, my cameras aren't working. Oh, come on. Oh. Does this one work? Nope. Okay. Give me a half second. Man, all of these things were working at the start, but I guess it wouldn't be Twitch if something didn't go a little bit wrong. All right. Oven camera. Okay. Overhead. There we go. Now we can see everything. My apologies. There we go. Okay, sweet. Hey, all the cameras work. Woohoo! All right. So I told you about the potatoes. Told you about the cilantro or coriander. Yeah. 1 tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. We haven't peeled that yet. All right, gotta wash that. We need 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, which I don't think I have up here yet. I have to snag this out of here. There we go. 1 tablespoon of coriander powder. 1 tablespoon of garam masala. I don't know if you can read that. I don't know if that's going to work or not. There we go. Hey. 1 teaspoon. Oh my god, I'm saying 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Salt, and then oil for deep frying. Which again, I did not get out. Man, you think you're doing things right, and then you just go and make a fool of yourself. Some oil for deep frying. So this is the thing we're going to start on first. So what we're going to have to do first is we're going to have to peel and boil these potatoes. So that ought to be fun. Real exciting stuff on Twitch, you know? So let me just get a bowl for the scraps. So I guess while I'm taking care of that, anybody got exciting stories you'll want to tell me about? I mean, I guess you could just tell me that the weather isn't a dreary rain fest wherever you are, because it's certainly been raining a lot here. Oh, goodness gracious. This is not a good one. All right. Try number 2. Hey, there we go. That's a little better. Oh, my God. Yeah. So I guess I'll tell you a little bit more about my day then. I mean, yeah, I started a new job. I now work in a bank. So yes, be afraid. I now can handle your money. As terrifying as that thought is. I mean, it's not so bad. They haven't let me touch the money yet. But maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll start messing things up. We'll have some fun. So you know, when the next banking crisis happens, you'll have me to blame. But, you know, that's only a few years off. I need some time to make that stuff work. Yeah, I guess the reason why your usual Claire isn't here today, she's, you know, a little under the weather, also quite a bit busy with school, and you know, school comes first, so it's just one of those things. You gotta take care of you first. So yeah. Plus, I mean, I actually really do love being behind the camera here. It's kind of awesome to just talk, you know, whether y'all are listening to or not. Yeah, exhilarating stuff, I know. Might actually consider trying to get a little bit of background music going on. But I haven't done that yet. Stream's an ever evolving process, and I just haven't done it yet. By the way, how's the intro music? I mean, like the music that's playing when it says we're gonna start. How is that music? I mean, is it good? Is it bad? Probably could be better. You know, do you like it? You hate it? Let me know. I mean, finding copyright-free stuff isn't exactly easy, but it's also not the most difficult of things. So, I mean, if y'all really don't like it that much, then I can probably find something else, but I don't know. I got that music from a creator here on Twitch, and he's pretty chill, so, and I like his music, so that's why I stuck it on there, but, I mean, my tastes are not exactly everyone's tastes. Yeah. Ugh. So yeah, actually we have a exciting development here going on at ECM. I don't know if any of y'all were around when we put in the cold frames out front, but those are finally getting some use. We are finally planting some vegetables in here, and hopefully, you know, in the next few months, we can start using the vegetables that we grow out there, right out in front of this building, in the food here that we'll cook. And that's going to be pretty dope. We'll finally have circumvented everything. We'll have grown the food, we'll make the food, we'll eat the food. No need to get any third party involved. Because that's actually what we do here at ECM. We are always looking towards sustainability. All right. Probably go a little faster, you know. I probably shouldn't, because me and bleeding seem to go hand in hand, and that's usually not a good thing with food. Which, I now realize that I'm not wearing gloves, and I should be wearing gloves. I washed my hands before the stream started, but just so you all know, I am going to wash my hands again and then put on gloves, because, you know, with COVID and everything, we try and minimize any kind of potential to get others sick. So yeah, my apologies for that. All right, what do we got here? Large. Oh. Oh, well, maybe not. You know, it's the downside. They always say it's like good to be tall and shit. You know, then you smack your head into shit, and you're you can't put gloves on because they're all too small. I blame you, Claire. I blame you. Alright, that'll work. That's one. Let's try and get the other one on. Hey-oh. Dope. Alright. Back to this. Alright. Maybe this will also help mitigate me always cutting myself. Because I love a sharp knife, but sharp knives, well, they just don't love me that much. Well, that is, they attack me a lot. Let's put it that way. I don't know if that means they love me or not. They definitely attack me, though. Alrighty. Okay, so we're not quite there yet, but once we've finished peeling all of our potatoes, we're gonna cut them down. We're gonna try and cut them into reasonably same-sized cubes, because then we're gonna boil them. And we're basically going to get to the point where we're trying to make a mashed potato. We're not gonna quite get there, but we're gonna get close. We're gonna get kind of like some chunky potato. I don't think we're trying to get like really smooth consistency on the potato. You know, it might have actually helped me to make this recipe beforehand, but, you know, what are you going to do? And I gotta say, chat, you're being pretty quiet, you know? I suppose I can also let y'all know about the recipe. So there you go. In case you want to try and follow along, or you want to make it at a later date, and well, you don't want to watch the video and hear me talk about it, you can make it on your own time. Or, you know, you can watch the video and make mistakes along with me. Because there's no fun in cooking if you're not making a few mistakes along the way. I know I've burned my fair share of cupcakes, cakes, pies, tarts. I've burned a lot of things, okay? You know, it's what you do. You just burn things sometimes. And then you eat it out of shame. Well, the cookies, yes. The pie, maybe not. Depends on how burned you get it. I actually burnt a caramel once. You know, it turned out to be really bitter, which strangely I liked. Strangely, bitter caramel is a good thing to me. But, yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody else to do that. All right, haha, fantastic. Okay, so now we have, in my case, 3 pounds of potatoes. Doesn't look like a whole lot, to be honest. Not in the slightest. Okay. So we're going to cut them up. We're going to, well, cube them for the most part. We're just going to try and cut them into reasonably equal-sized pieces. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. We just want them to cook evenly and cook fast if possible. Because nobody wants to wait on potato to boil. Now, this is actually something you can do ahead of time. You're absolutely able to peel, cut up your potatoes, soak them in water, and you're able to do all of this ahead of time. Like, you do not need to do this before you take care of the potatoes. Like, all this can be done ahead of time. So, if you want to make these, but you're running short on time, you can absolutely make this the night before, and then just boil the potatoes while you're prepping the rest of the ingredients. And that's, yeah, that'll help you speed up the cook time. Doesn't exactly speed up the prep time, but then again, you're making it more, you're making time work better for you. So, however you want to actually make that distinction. I don't think I've actually looked at the camera once. I'm terrible at streaming. Just a horrible host, you know? Sorry, guys. It's what I do. You can't just throw me in a stream every once in a while and then expect me to be perfect. I mean, you could, but you'd be sorely disappointed, as evidenced right here. Alright. We're almost down to the boring part. I swear. I swear it actually does get better than this. Okay, before I do that... I want this. Okay, and yeah, as you can see, like, I'm just wasting food. I'm sorry. As you can see, we're looking for, okay, I was about to be really naughty to that camera. We're looking for reasonably the same size pieces. They do not need to be perfect. The more equal in size you make these, the more evenly they're going to cook, and it should be a better product in the end. But if you're like me and completely unable to make things reasonably equal in size, close is good enough. We are not looking for perfection. We are absolutely looking for good enough. Essentially, what we want to end up is a product where potatoes, where all of it's nice and soft. We just don't want hard bits. Because nobody wants to be biting into potatoes and all of a sudden they get a really crunchy piece of potato. That's not fun at all. We aren't making fries, dang it. Not fries in the slightest. Let's see. What are some things I can ask y'all? Maybe y'all can respond to me. I know Claire always does a check-in question. So I suppose I could ask you... What can I ask you? If you were a bird, what kind of bird would you be? And there are no restrictions here. If you say you want to be a chicken, you be a chicken. So, yep. Alright, we're just washing the potatoes off right now. We're trying to get any excess dirt off of them. Maybe remove any excess starch. Alright. So, yeah. So, once we do that, we're going to go ahead and pour these into our boiling pot. We're going to get water, and we are going to add water until we cover what am I trying to say here? Cover the potatoes by an inch and a half, 2 inches of water. Inch to 2 inches of water. We just want to get them nice and covered so they boil evenly. I highly doubt this is enough water, but this is what I'm going to start. Okay, that was a much better guess than I was anticipating. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to now boil those suckers for 20 minutes. We're going to kick it on high. We're going to cover them up. We're going to wait till we get to a full rolling boil. And then we're going to turn it down and let it simmer for the remainder of like the 10 minutes or so. Really just until they get soft. Until we get to the point where we can mash them. So, while that's going, we are going to start preparing the Tandoori Gobi. And I guess I will run you off the ingredient list for the Tandoori Gobi. And again, I have more than what I'm going to say here. I'm going to make 3 times the list here, but I'll tell you how to make like a standard amount of servings. Like, I want to say that this recipe makes, oh goodness gracious, 2 to 3 like full servings of it. So I'm going to try and make like 10 because we obviously want to feed more than just a few people. All right, so we're going to start off with 350 grams of cauliflower, and we'll cut all the green off, and we'll break them up, into little florets. And here I'll just show you real quick what I'm talking about, like the florets. And I'm going to try not to cut myself because I'm all too good at that. Hey, oh, that's a good start. Cool. Okay, so yeah. So one of these little suckers, just this, is a floret. And you can even cut this down further because that's a really big floret. Yeah, just a little tiny, like a tiny head of cauliflower. I don't really know how you want to pronounce that. Okay, so you'll also need 1/2 cup of yogurt. We're using Silk. This is a dairy-free yogurt to keep within our vegan theme. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Extra virgin is preferred, although if I'm being honest, I've never had a point where it was really required. So it says extra virgin. If you got it, use it. If you don't, I wouldn't worry about it. So we need, again, a teaspoon of ginger, grated. And we're actually going to use a microplane for that. A teaspoon of garlic, grated. Somehow I missed that. And so I have a pre-grated, pre-minced garlic here, which we'll use. You know, that's unfortunate. I'd prefer to use fresh, but that's what I got because, you know, sometimes I forget. We're going to do a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of turmeric, and a teaspoon of cumin powder. Cumin powder. Cumin, however you want to pronounce that. You know, I ain't judging. I'm just waiting on y'all to judge me. Let's call it. Okay, so while the potatoes are starting to boil, we're going to cut up all of this broccoli. So you're going to want to remove the bottom part. I've already sort of done that. You're going to want to cut all that off. My goodness gracious. Hey-oh. Awesome. Set this aside. If you have a, what's the word for it? Oh my God. English. You know, when I try to speak it, I can't. The rest of the time, it's an automatic. I can't think of it. If you have like a worm farm, that stuff is great for worms. Compost pile. There's the words I was looking for and I can't think of. Yeah. Awesome. So that's great compost. So we'll go through here. We'll cut off these little guys. We'll get in there. We'll remove the green stuff because the green stuff is honestly weirdly tasting. It tastes more like a cabbage, I think. Okay, cool. Put that over here. And I'm going to cut these up. I'm going to make these smaller just because they're really big. Like I said, they're big florets. So I'm going to kind of cut this down and make it into a little bit more manageable sizes. And cut you in half. Okay, wonderful. Dope. That one's good size. Get my green out of there. Okay. And I have no idea how much cauliflower I actually have here at the moment. So I'm going to go get a scale. And I'm just going to cut this first one up, and then we're going to see if I have as much as I need. That's a little one. That's fine. It all eats the same in the end. He says, not knowing if it'll all eat the same in the end. Look, I'll eat it regardless. We'll talk about it. We'll say that. Yeah, this looks like this might be enough. And yeah. Oh, by the way, I mean, if you're ever wanting, like, if you ever buy those pre-cut vegetable trays, and you know, and you pay like $12 for it, this is what they do. This is how easy it is to make it yourself. So as long as you're willing to spend a little time, it's so much cheaper just to make this on your own, just to cut these suckers yourself. Okay. That is the most unappetizing floret I've ever seen. My apologies. Okay, cool. So let's see how much this weighs. Got my nice little digital scale here. And honestly, these little digital scales, phenomenal. They're great. They're cheap. Like, I think I got mine for like $15. Then they're good. They're really good. If you're trying to watch your weight, it's a solid thing to do. Come on, tear for me. They're a little finicky. No questions about that. And the battery doesn't last for any time at all. But, you know, if you are trying to watch your weight, these little things are phenomenal. Okay, so 350. I'm making 3 sets of it. You know what? I tried. I'm gonna fail here. All right, let's do this. Boom. That's gonna be better. Yo. Okay. Okay. So I'm up to 616. I may not have enough cauliflower in the end. I thought I was going overboard, and here I am not having enough. Great. Just goes to show you, you can't trust everything by the eye. Okay. I need you to be on there so you don't zero yourself out. Okay. Okay, we honestly may just have to go with whatever amount I actually get out of this. But, you know, it's not bad. This means we'll have a little extra coating on these. And yes, I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but these cauliflower are fairly dirty. So we will need to wash these before we stick them into the sauce we're going to make. All right. Cool beans. You think you can break it apart yourself? It's a lie. Whatever. Oh, hey. And yeah, sometimes they'll just separate into nice, easy to work pieces on their own, but, you know, don't count on it. Okay. We are almost to a rolling boil. Once that gets to a rolling boil, we'll turn it on. We'll set a timer for 10 minutes. And we'll be good to go. Oh. Yeah, I totally forgot. Okay, so for this cauliflower, we're gonna coat this in a yogurt and spice mix with a little bit of hot oil, and it's all gonna mix together to make this really fantastic coating that we're then gonna stick in the oven. But, you know, we gotta turn the oven on. So we're gonna set the oven to 450 degrees, and we're gonna let that preheat. And, you know, get hot enough. So I'm not just sticking this stuff into a cold oven. So yeah, 450. And we'll I want to say we want to put it in there for like 10 minutes, and that's it. No, I lied. 30 minutes. It'll be in there for 30 minutes. But yeah, so essentially, we're going to want to get this in the oven, and then we'll go back and we'll work on the Aloo Tikki. Okay, cool. Let's see what the final total ends up being. And you jerk. It teared out. Just use this. Nobody ever said the little scales weren't going to be butts. Okay. 1,014. Okay. Not intentional, but that's actually right at where I want to be. I wanted to be at 1,050 grams. And I got right underneath it. Okay. So now that our potatoes are boiling, we want to turn it down to a simmer. We're going to set the timer on. We're going to put it on for 10 minutes. That's just the start. If they're still a little tough, we can keep it in there longer. But if they're good and tender, we'll pull them off and we'll get ready and going for the next bit. Okay, awesome. So now that I've got my cauliflower cut up, let's give it a good old wash. We'll let that go for a second. And we're just going to let this sit and drain until we're ready to use it again. Okay. That got a good rinse. Okay. Cool. Done with you for now. Okay. Let's see. So the next thing I want to do is I want to mix. I literally say I'm done with the bowl and I'm going to use the bowl again. We're going to mix the sauce that we're going to put on the cauliflower. So I'm just going to get this sucker back. I swear. I really shouldn't complain because the best recipes are the ones that use the least amount of like pots and pans because that makes cleanup a friggin' breeze. Oh, there is something to be said about a one-pot cooking style. Like, you don't know how wonderful that is until you do it. And then you're like, I wish everything could be made in just one pot. And even if it's just making something in the pot, putting it into a bowl for a little while, and then making the next thing in the pot, and then putting it all back in, oh, it's so nice for cleanup. Just goes so quick. Okay, awesome. So, we're now going to do our yogurt, and I'm going to do 1.5 cups. Again, 3 times the recipe for me here. And actually, while I'm doing that, I'm going to get a little pan. And I know I said it a little, amount as possible, but should I? Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm just going to use the big pot I have over here that I'm eventually going to fry my Aloo Tikki in, and I'm just going to heat up the oil I'm going to pour on top of the yogurt in there. So 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's actually going to be 6 tablespoons. So fun times. I forget what the conversion rate of tablespoons to like cups. I know I want to say it's 8, but no, that's wrong. You know what? Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about currently. 4, 5, 6. A little for good luck. Okay, now we're going to let that warm up for about 1.5 minutes. Okay. So while that's going on, we're going to add our yogurt. Yeehaw! That's 1 cup. And a little extra because it always sticks to the side. Okay. By the way, I haven't seen anybody post in a while. My audio is coming through, right? Can somebody just give me a thumbs up if, y'all can hear me? Because honestly, at this rate, I'm getting confused and making, concerned that y'all can't hear me. That's our yogurt, our olive oil, teaspoon of ginger. And actually, I'm just gonna quick do this for me. There we go. It's a little wasteful of good ginger, but we have way more than enough here. Okay, so okay. And I was hoping to be a little quicker about it, but that's my hot oil. Okay, awesome. There's my, what amounts to about 1 tablespoon of grated ginger. Again, this is supposed to be 1 tablespoon of grated garlic, but you know, sometimes you forget. Okay. Awesome. There's the garlic. 1 tablespoon. Oh, that's nice. That's okay. So 1 tablespoon chili powder. Okay. I'll place these lids later. Oh, done. Salt. Yeah, a little more. Not gonna hurt it. Turmeric. Okay. And cumin, however you want to pronounce it. I seem to kind of just go between the two. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. It's just what I do. Okay, coolio. Awesome. So we're gonna get a spoon. We're gonna mix this up. I found a spork, same difference. Don't need to be perfect. We're gonna get back in here in a second, but we're just gonna kind of roughly mix it. And then, I know this seems a little crazy, we're gonna pour our hot oil in there. And we're gonna try not to burn ourselves. We're gonna mix this around. Actually, I'm gonna get me a spatula. Oh, awesome. So, what the hot oil is gonna do is it's gonna help basically pre-cook the spices. And it's gonna start making all of these spices release flavors that you would otherwise have to literally cook them for. But we don't want to cook them like really heavily, because then we're just going to stick it in like a 350 degree oven. And what that's going to end up doing is that's going to kind of just burn the flavor off. So what we've done here is we mixed it into the yogurt and we put the oil in here. And so now all that flavor is getting released, and it's getting, for the most, well, I wouldn't say for the most part, but it's a lot of it's getting trapped in the yogurt. And so this is now a really like delicious looking coating. So, and also the oil in it's going to help crisp things up a little bit. All right, cool. Got a good spot. Okay, awesome. That was 10 minutes. Let's see. Let's take a fork. If we can stab the potatoes on through, it's going to be... Yeah, those are... Oh yeah, those are good. So we're going to take this off the heat. Just let those sit for a minute. Oh, everything's coming all together at once, you know? That's just how it works sometimes. I swear, even Nightbot's not even doing anything. What's going on here? I'm just going to do something real quick. I just want to double check and make sure I have sound. Okay, yeah, I got sound. All right. Y'all had me worried. Thanks for that. Okay, so let's see. We'll just do that. We'll send it. There we go. Make something happen in there. Makes me look like the chat's not going, I'm not going crazy. Okay, so now for the Tandoori Gobi, we're going to put our cauliflower, which is hopefully now pretty dry. Doesn't have to be perfectly dry. Obviously, we're not putting it into like a flour or nothing. We're going to do this. We're going to put it all in there, and we're going to coat these nicely. And you know what? I always say this with baking, but there is nothing better than just getting your hands in there and just having a rummage around. Make it mix nicely. Oh, there it is. Nothing better than this. This is the best feeling. You get to feel the food. I don't have a big enough bowl to like toss it around, so this is the next best option. Well, that's a lie. I probably do have a big enough bowl, but I just don't want to clean it. I'm already invested in this one, so bear with me. All right, cool. We want to get this nice and coated as good as we can. We want to fill all those little nooks and crannies if possible. Awesome. That looks pretty good to me. Rinse our gloves off. Awesome. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get out a couple of baking sheets. And it doesn't look like our oven's quite preheated yet, but I figure it's pretty darn close. Usually have a good feel for that. So we're going to get out some baking trays. We're going to set this over here for now. Clear out some space. There we go. One. We're going to get some big old aluminum foil. And you don't actually have to use aluminum foil, but it's going to make cleanup so much easier. Like, so much easier. All right, and there's the oven, preheated. I told you. We'll have a halfway decent temp. Okay, awesome. So we're going to take this. We're going to pour some of it on. I'm not 100% certain. I think we want to give it some space on everything to kind of like cook. So it's not all, you get like crispy edges and everything. You want to spread it out a bit. So yeah, so we're going to leave this like this. We're going to leave this one as it is. And we're going to get out a second tray. And then we'll put them both in there at the same time. So we won't need to worry. And I keep losing this. Okay. Awesome possum. One more. I'm losing pens. Okay. There's that. There we go. Set this over here for now. One more aluminum foil run. Okay. Awesome. Wonderful. All right. And now the rest of it on here. Awesome. And I mean, yeah, not a whole lot of anything left in there. So that means we got a good, solid coating. I swear. I'm disheveled, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Just knocking things everywhere. All right. Cool. So we'll get that in the oven. I think I'm going to have to double check the recipe on this one. I want to say we cook it for 30 minutes. And it'll be good after that. Okay. Ooh. Let me scroll down real quick. 30 minutes. Yep. Woo. Okay. Phenomenal. There we go. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, 30 minutes. I'm actually going to do that over here. No, we'll do this over here. Timer. 30 minutes. Wonderful. Okay. Not quite ready there. Okay. All right. So now while that's cooking, we're going to go back to working on our aloo tikki. Our potatoes are now boiled, so we're going to strain those. There we go. We'll let this cool down for a half second. Okay. Do that. Put our potatoes back in there. Now we're going to add everything else. Which, yeah, pretty well everything. All right, cool. So we're finally going to do some coriander. Get this. Now this says 2 tablespoons. I'm totally going to eyeball this. I'm probably going to over add. But, you know, it's not going to, I don't think it'll hurt it. I want about 6 tablespoons of freshly chopped coriander in there. Oh, and if you could smell this right now, this is just amazing. This just smells fantastic. And I keep calling it coriander. This is cilantro. I don't know why I don't know the difference. I swear. Okay. Awesome. Rough chop. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay. So get about we'll try and finish grating this ginger in here. Again, this is just phenomenally smelling. I wish we had smell-o-vision because you want to smell this. This is just so good. Honestly, I want a little more in there. And if we're being totally honest here, you do not have to remove the skin for ginger. You simply don't. Nobody's going to know that you grated the skin in there at all. And if somebody does notice, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but that's insane. That's impressive. There we go. Awesome. Okay, that's our ginger. Now we're going to put some coriander powder in here. I have to wonder why you could add fresh coriander and then just turn around and add more coriander powder. Honestly, I'm curious about that. Chili powder. Oh, woo! That was lucky. Maybe not so lucky, you know. Alrighty. Salt. And that's it. Okay. Old habit. Don't ask me why I put it in my hand. I don't know. I'm a halfway decent judge when it comes to that. So, I don't know. Okay. So, I'm now just curious. Am I really supposed to mash it all up? Boiled, peeled, and mashed or grated. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm just supposed to mash it all together. So, okay, cool. All right, again, we're not looking for like a creamy mash. We're just looking for a good, consistent mash. There you go. I don't really know if you can tell all that well. But yeah, there's still some chunks in there. Not gonna hurt anything. We're gonna mash it all up together. And in all reality, oh, I was waiting to burn myself there, to be honest. In all reality, a little bit of, like if you didn't mash something as well as you could have, it's honestly gonna help the texture. Awesome. Now, if I'm being honest, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do want to mash it up a little bit more. Oh, okay, never mind. It holds its shape. Okay, cool. I'm just confusing myself, you know. Just you do that. Okay, cool. So now, we are going to get this back on. I'm going to start it at a medium heat because I don't want to burn the oil. I'm going to put the oil in there, and basically it's going to be enough to where we can fry like a good side. One of the sides of this. Nothing too crazy, but we definitely want to get a coating down in there. Yeah. 1/2 centimeter, so like 1/4 inch oil in there ought to be enough to get a good sizzle and coating on the bottom here. So now, recipe's telling me I want to make these about 65 grams a piece. So we're going to try for that, which I assume isn't going to be a massive ball. Oh God, that is still hot. That's another argument for doing this ahead of time, for like boiling and mashing your potatoes ahead of time. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Woo. Hot. Hot. He yells hot and then he sticks his hand back in there. Yeah. Just making a lot of sense. Okay, cool. So, let's make a ball. I'm looking for about 65 grams. That's not a bad guess. 57. Okay, cool. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and kind of squish them a little better together. Oh. Okay. And then I also want to flatten them down just a little bit. There we go. So you get kind of like more of a potato cake. Oh, come on. Why are my cameras froze again? What is my luck with these cameras today? Oh, is this one frozen? They're both frozen. Just be mad at me, camera gods. Just be mad at me then. Why not? Okay, well, let's try and fix them again. Nope. Okay. Blah. Cameras. Like, you work perfectly for Claire. Why do you not like me? Okay, there we go. One. And... oh, man. It's been a little while. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be slowing down the fun pace, but it's just how it is. There we go. Okay, we got a camera back. Hey, yo. Okay, so didn't actually fall apart. That's awesome. Where am I gonna put them? I need another plate. Okay. Some. Oh, there you go. Now it fell apart a little bit. Okay, cool. Another ball. That one's too heavy. A little less. Okay, cool. And I'm really only going to fry a few of these at a time. Nothing crazy. Goodness gracious. I was so good on the first one, and then I'm just terrible after that. All right, there we go. 67, I like it. Okay. There we go. That's 3. I think the bottom of that can probably support 4. And did I do what I think I did? No? Oh, that's okay. That's why I'm seeing just a smidge of smoke. I thought I was burning other things. No. Hey, not so bad. Okay, kick the oil up a little bit. Get it up to 6.5 while I make another patty, and we're good to go. All right, 70. Pretty darn close. All right, awesome. And yeah, these obviously do not need to be perfect in any way. You know, it's nice if they're perfect, but obviously they don't need to be. Okay, well, you're just going to sit there in a ball form for right now. Okay, this can be set aside. We're going to wait just another minute. Okay, that's actually a good sign. I didn't mean to put a little bit of potato in there, but it looks like it's cooking nicely. Okay. One of the things that you do want to do is you want to try and like flatten these out to about the same consistency on both sides. That way they'll all cook the same. If you have fat ones and then thin ones, they're all going to cook differently. You're going to burn some, you're going to undercook some, which obviously you don't want to burn it. Undercooking potato, which has already been boiled, isn't really that big of a deal. But yeah, burning it and charring it on all sides, maybe not the best way to do things. Okay. All right, I think that is good to go. Let's have some fun. Okay. Immediate failures. Okay. So, yeah. Ah. What am I doing? I got a timer right there. 2 minutes on each side. Then we're going to flip them, and 2 minutes on the other side. Nice. No, don't fall apart. Okay, well, first ones are going to be trial and error a little bit, you know. Holy cow. No way. Oh, never mind. I thought the camera was just that far behind. Oh, you know, today's not the day where the cameras are cooperating real well, so I'm just, I don't have a lot of faith in them currently. Oh, goodness me. Okay, well, they don't seem to be instantly falling apart, which is a good thing. Another 45 seconds, and I'll start flipping, 30 seconds, and I'll start flipping the first one. And hopefully it doesn't instantly fall apart. But frying it should kind of lock things together. So fingers crossed, you know? I need another plate for finished ones. And you can go down in here. I mean, no smoke yet, so not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Wow. Okay. That is bad. Okay, yeah, I've totally balls this up. Completely balls this up. Those look horrifying. Those look terrible, to say the least. What have I done wrong? I don't know. I don't know. I certainly don't know. This doesn't tell me why I've messed up. Maybe I had too much oil in them. Maybe. I really thought I just needed enough to cover the sides. But alright, we're going to try and salvage what we can. Probably not a lot. I might save one here. Oh my god. Woo, bad. What is wrong here? Why are you so problematic? Blah. I don't know. Yeah, these suckers look really nice. Okay, well. Oh. Let's start fire. Okay, I can say without a doubt that that first try was an unmitigated failure. So bad. So let's scrape this. Trying not to get anything on there. We're gonna put less oil in the pan. Like that has to be it. Like that. Seriously. I don't really know what I did wrong there. What in the world am I going to put this in the moment? Maybe I got a nice little metal bowl. Yeah. Okay. 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 So, that's bad. Let's try again. Goodness me. Okay. And maybe I need to not burn things. Okay. That's less oil. And now let's get the heat a little higher. Maybe that's my problem. I honestly don't know. But the only way we're going to know is by trying and figuring it out. So, okay. Maybe I got a little cocky, you know. Maybe I did. Shouldn't have started with 4. That was bad. I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't know. There you go. Those are supposed to be crispy, and they are certainly not. Or maybe I'm wrong and I need to go like fully submerged, but it says that I need to flip it 2 minutes on each side. Yeah, okay. So, I just don't know, you know? I guess we're just having fun. Maybe not the best way to approach a recipe for the first time, but yeah, I know, that's a perfect way to address the recipe the first time. Alrighty. I mean, honestly, I was wondering what I was going to do with, like, the 15 minutes that I was going to have in between doing, like, the Gobi, the Tandoori Gobi, and these things, and, well, I managed to fill the time. Maybe not in the most productive way, but certainly managed to fill the time. Okay. You are pretty good weight. A little bit more on there. Okay. Okay. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and shape these a little bit differently. Shape them a little less flat and a little bit more, I don't know what to tell you on that. Okay. That's a little high. Maybe a little high that time, you know. Just a little too high that time. Okay, you are just a goddamn problem. Okay. Well, sorry, prayer. Okay. Okay. Alright, goodness gracious. This is just a massive issue all around. Okay. Well, high heat didn't work so much. Okay, great. Maybe the pan's wrong. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I only kicked the heat up a little bit, and it didn't like me. And it doesn't tell me a heat that I should be going for. It tells me an air fryer heat, but it doesn't tell me, like, a heat for the oil. So, I don't know what to tell you. That's just gonna sit. You know, being honest, the patty looks better, but it's also burnt. So we're gonna go for a lower heat with less oil, and we're gonna see how that plays. Because at this moment, I don't know what to tell you. There's that one. Okay. Shape it a little bit better. Okay, cool. Lower heat, different pan. I'm wondering if this pan was just a horrendous choice for what we were doing. Okay, that's a little better. I'm just wanting to get one good one right now, just to show you all an end product. Oh. Goodness me. Okay. 5 new bucks. swear. Trial and error ain't as fun as it sounds. Okay. All right. That is our Gobi done. Ooh. Wow. That actually looks really good. I don't know if you can quite see that on there, but that is really good looking. I mean, there's going to be a little char on the bottom, but that is wonderful looking. There for now. You can go over there. Okay. We'll let those cool down. Looks like I finally got one good patty. One. So it looks like I got a smaller pan, so maybe that's helping the heat be a little bit more even, and it's not having to generate as much heat to kind of fill up the pan. And I just used a little bit of oil. So looks like we got one. Got one good one. Get my fancy plates. Oh. Gotta love guess and check. Okay, so I will actually finish making these off stream, just because I don't think y'all are getting enjoyment out of watching me burn stuff. Yeah. I forgot I pulled out. Yes. Okay. So the way you can eat the Tandoori Gobi is you can grab a couple of these just essentially use them as a filling for like a burrito, or kind of wrap them up. In keeping again with the theme of vegan, we're gonna use lettuce wraps. So we're just gonna get that, And if I'm being honest, I really should wash this as well, but I'm just gonna get one good leaf right now. There we go. Oh, well, that's gonna have to work. Okay, awesome. And I don't know. This thing looks okay. I don't know. I'm very confused on how to make those work. As you can see, first one, it's staying together, but it's burned. The second one seems to be picking up the oil. And so that's why I try to use as little oil as possible, because it seems like this is just soaking it up. But maybe after I like put it on some paper towels and let the oil kind of like soak out, maybe it'll look better. But it seems like at the moment I have 0 paper towels. Okay. There we go. Oh, I was not prepared for this. There's so much left for the imagination. From this recipe. It basically just glosses over a lot of parts. I'm not super happy with it, but you know, honestly, it's not the worst. It could be better. It could be worse. I'm just using a lot of plates now. This is what I get for talking about how I like using as few pots and pans as possible. I just end up needing a bunch of them. It's called karma. I've been submitted to it. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I will give you guys a close-up. Because honestly, it doesn't look too terrible, but it also doesn't look super hot. All right. Okay. Awesome. So, yeah. See down there? That is the Aloo Tikki. Just basically a fried potato thing. And then there is our Tandoori Gobi on just a lettuce wrap. So yeah, nothing fancy. You can see comes out a lot of the extra like sauce and such, like kind of ends up burning, but you know, a little lost for the greater good. Okay. And honestly, with that, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna try and cook the rest of these off camera so you guys can't see me fail again and again and again. But other than that, I hope y'all had a good time. Hope y'all learned a little something. I hope y'all will learn from my mistakes. So, with that, I hope everyone has a great night. Claire will hopefully be back next week, so you guys don't have to deal with me. And I don't know what we're making next week, so you'll just have to stay tuned and wait anxiously. All right. Have a great night, everyone. I will sing us out. Bye.